have a look. Let's have a look. I think I know what it is. I'm 80% sure. But like that, whether it has a slip or not. Yeah, I don't know if this does or not. Yeah, it does. I can feel it. Have I ordered? Did I request it? Fuck, it's arrived. I didn't expect this till another 4 days time, and I never anticipated the slip. Still, £12,000 for a Blu-ray 3D movie. Yeah, it does. It has 2 discs as well. It's the 3D and the 2D version are over 2 discs. I never expected the slip at all. Wow, excellent. The cardboard is embossed. It's textured. It's embossed. The animal, and it's embossed, or if you will, the background is debossed. It's embossed because the border is flat, so one would say it had embossed images on it. Yeah, it was not lenticular either. The slip on eBay. So there you go. Voila! It probably never did come with one. Just a simple, plain cardboard slip. Mega. I took a complete gamble on this. Used acceptable. I never buy anything on eBay listed used acceptable. It's just somebody must have just this is only the 2nd week. No, this is the 1st week. This has been out. This is the Friday of the Monday this is released. Somebody must have bought this within the first 48 hours of it being released and never took to it. Mega. Right, I'll get back. This is one of those movies I wanted to see in the cinema. Just never got around to it. I'll let you know in a bit what I thought of it. See you in a bit. This is an entertainment store release. I wish they wouldn't print their logo there on the outside, as no publicity is bad publicity. It can be for us, the purchasing public, because I've known a few of my parcels to go missing in the past, and for me to have to cause a ruckus to get them sent out again. That's all I'll say. I'll say no more about that. As I say, I repeat, I wish they wouldn't put their logos on the outside of the packaging. That's just my gripe there. Entertainment store. There was a time, wasn't there, when people would do videos of unboxings of their products, wouldn't there? There'd be a time, wouldn't there? What on earth has happened to entertainment store? Where you can get a brand new, mint condition in a normal run sale, a 3D edition Steely for $5.99, and that included delivery to the door. Is it $5 or $6.99? $6.99.99, $5 or $6.99.99, $6.99. Either 5 or 6. What on earth happened to entertainment store, eh? I remember this when it was released. It was a nightmare to get hold of. It's $5.99 now, or $6.99 to the door. What on earth, brand new, still in this wrap? What on earth has happened to entertainment store, hey? The only other entertainment store I have is that. Natural Born Killers. It's the only other entertainment store purchase I've made. It's the only other one. well pleased with it. I found myself going for this packaging and going over the tracks as I was listening to it. I was well impressed with it. I was going through my mind. I wanted, I was actually genuinely interested to see where the cues lay and what each cue was called, etc., etc. I was genuinely taken with the orchestration within this OST. Genuinely taken by it. I was well impressed with it. But the only thing I will say is, and it is the only thing, well, there may be something else as well, but if I forget to mention that after this, then I forget. I will say, the only thing I will say is, on the bonus disc, so to speak, yeah, I'm talking about the vinyl here. I don't know what you got with the CD, yeah, but within the vinyl, this limited vinyl set, we got a bonus disc where on one side there was some fancy etching. Yeah, you can see it there, can't you? Yeah. The only thing I will say is on side E, it's split into two sections. It's not split. It's not split per se. It's just that the first three tracks are quite melodic, gentle orchestrations, and the latter two tracks are quite uproarious, quite Batman orientated orchestrations. And I found myself jumping out my skin when the fourth track came on. Is it 5 tracks on side E? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5 tracks on side E. I found myself jumping out my skin to run to my amp to turn it down, at least to take the loudness off my amp when track 4 came on. I did, to be honest with you. And I thought to myself, the only thing I will complain about in regards to this issue is, the only thing I will say negative toward it is, maybe the first 3 tracks could have been on one side, and the last 2 tracks where the orchestration changed the style could have been put on the other side, where there's a fancy etching. I think, as nice as the etching is, I think as a 45 rather than as we have it, all on the one side, and as a 33 with the etching on the other side. That, I suppose, I think would be the only issue I have with this set. Otherwise, it's marvellous. You get all the cues from the movie. I found myself recognising the cues from the movie. As I say, I was going toward the LP as I was at my kitchen table and going through the cues, reading the titles on the back and thinking, God, right, and I was thinking to myself, oh, wow, that's included. As I was listening, cottoning on to certain cues, I was thinking, oh, great, I'm glad that's in it, etc., things like that. Overall, I will say, its recording level overall is actually quite well balanced. It's just, I'm saying to you at home, ensure your neighbours are out when you play it, and go for it, enjoy it, put your bass on, at least turn your loudness on your amp, so you get the full enjoyment of this is presented in the 178. So you get no black barring at all. It includes at least 2 songs I can remember, Bare Necessities and I Want to Be Like You. Both gave me a smile. One of the songs was where Mowgli is floating on the bear, and that's where the Bare Necessities song comes into it. And the other song, Want to Be Like You, is toward the end in King Louis's Temple. It's a great Sunday afternoon movie, this. I can highly recommend it. I've not seen the original movie as a child. I never saw it. It's great where he meets the snake in the middle of this movie. It's wonderful the way he goes through each section of the jungle, meeting different species throughout the jungle, one after another set piece. But it's great. It's joined together with quality drama. What I will say is,
don't just sit your kids in front of it. It certainly is a PG. Don't just let your kids loose on it. Sit with your child, sit with your child. There are some frightening, scary moments in it. There are some death scenes between species. If you're wondering as an adult whether or not it's going to be too young for you, it's not also. Flip the coin over. It's not also. It covers the spectrum, the range. It has great dramatic presence throughout, and it's also got some quite scary moments in it. So if you're an adult, sit with your child, and if you're an adult wondering whether or not you want to include it in your collection, I would still recommend it, yes, because it does have adult. It does still hold. It does still agree. If you agree to an adult, it still does appeal to an adult's taste also. It kept me gripped right throughout. As I say, toward the end, in King Louis's temple, I was quite unnerved by it. But where I mentioned where it's quite unsettling maybe for a child, it is where one of the species actually kills another, right? And it's quite shocking, and it comes out of the blue, and it is actually played for real. It's not played off camera. You do see it. It's tactile. It doesn't show any blood, but the killing is quite explicit. So, just a word of warning. I stand by the PG rating for this movie, but it's absolutely delightful. It's delightful, but unfortunately it came and went just like the latest Tarzan movie for me. It just came and went, and I completely missed it in cinemas. Definitely one for your collection at home. It is exhibit material, this disc, I will say. And don't be put off if you're an adult. It does hold great dramatic presence throughout it. It really does. It really does. It's outstanding. Word of warning to your kids, don't just let them loose on it. Alright. This is one of those cheap and nasty budget DVDs the supermarket stock. It's a 2-disc special edition compressed onto 1 disc. As it's brand new, I thought I would make a drama out of it, you know. The Magnificent Seven. I noticed the other day online, there's been a remake of this movie with dude out of Guardians of the Galaxy in it, and I'll never guess his name. Never remember his name. One out of Jurassic World. And shock horror, I've never seen the original movie all the way through. I've never seen this. I'm bound to have seen sections of it when I was a kid growing up, but I've never seen all the way through. And I just saw it today in my local supermarket. As I say, it's all condensed onto the 1 disc. All the special features. And I've seen these before, so I do know that they will be all the special features will be there from the 2-disc issue. These are quite commonplace. These old Western movies condensed onto 1 disc. You get the 2-disc special editions of them condensed onto 1 disc. They are quite commonplace. It just has a standard 5.1, bog standard 5.1 Dolby audio track, but never mind. It does say it has a newly encoded audio track there. It says it there, so it shouldn't be too dull and unstimulating. You know, hopefully it should still feature some pop. I'm not expecting much for the picture. I'm not expecting too much for the quality of the picture, even though it does say it's been digitally remastered, as it's all been condensed onto the 1 disc. I'm not holding much hope out for the picture. As long as the audio sounds a little fresh, then I'll be happy with it. I'll be happy with it. there's the disc there. There it is there. Back in a minute. YouTube. Ever since I've been watching the movie Everest, I have been intrigued by the event in question. So what I've done was I ordered this just to get more first-hand information based on the event. In a sentence, that's what I've done with this item, to gain further first-hand knowledge of the event. I know it's still from an individual's perspective of the event, but nevertheless it's still further information on the event actual. Supposed to be used, very good. Updated edition, which means that he has included his response notes. The author has included his response notes at the back of it toward his critiques. And I'd be curious to read them. I read online after buying this, after ordering this, that the updated version did have such, but I would not have known what edition I was to be receiving from the online store where I ordered it used. Very good. It's absolute news to me now that it is. I'm going to be able to gain even further information based on actual knowledge from the event itself. Okay, being an updated edition, updated second edition, it says there. Grand. Let's have a look. It's supposed to be at the back. It's included is I'm going to check all the pages here as well. Apparently he's included his own response to the critics of this, where apparently somewhere in the updated version looks like it's had some slight water damage, that's about it. Just slight, the slightest of water damage. And it's got an author's note. Yeah, here. It's here. I went too far back. I was actually expecting, hoping to have more than just 3 sides worth of author's response to his critics of this individual work. But nevertheless, I found it. It reads, author's notes, my article in Outside, in the magazine, angered several of the people I wrote about, blah blah blah, in which I've already garnered information about online, whether or not I'm going to buy their books just to flick through quickly. You can get them for pennies online now, these books. Let's put it this way, in a sense, since watching the movie Everest, I have got a lot of interest. I've had a lot of interest spared on by the movie Everest about the actual events itself, the disaster itself. I'd be interested just to read the author's note here alone, never mind the actual book itself. Apparently the movie, according to John Krakauer, the movie never told the truth. Apparently, according to John Krakauer, the movie Everest never told the truth, and the heaviest weight in response to John Krakauer's book is Anatoly's work called The Climb, also based on first-hand knowledge of the event itself. Whether or not I'm going to buy that book, just to check that out, because as I say, you can get them for pennies online. I think I'm going to be able to get all the information I need based from Krakauer's book. I think Krakauer's book is going to satisfy all the purists with me. I think the main reason why I bought this book, what's really curiosity me about the event itself since watching the movie is basically I have learned that Krakow has kind of like put a lot of weight on Anatoly's shoulders, blaming him basically for or should I say, he's basically had a go at Anatoly for not rescuing more people that night. Basically, Krakauer's main critiques have been that he has blamed Anatoly for not rescuing more people from that event, from that night, from the night in question. He has basically gone down Krakow instead in this book, basically accused Anatoly for basically, not to blame so to speak, but basically had a go at him, actually had a go at him in this book for not rescuing more people that night, and for basically having a bias towards Scott Fisher's clients. So that's been the main fury within me, which has raged me to buy these pages here, because I want to see for myself what he said about Anatoly. I believe it's all here within these pages, what he said about Anatoly. That beautiful Russian climber who unfortunately lost his life literally years after that awful event in 1996 on Everest. I don't think I'm going to need to buy The Climb. I think what I want to know is basically what Krakauer said about Anatoly. I think that'll satisfy that'll clear everything up in my head. That'll sort things out in my head for me, I think. Yeah. I'll get back to you in a bit. I'll get back to you as I start reading this, but I'll get back to you once I start reading it and taking it further within. Alright? Okay, get back to you in a bit about this book. This, I haven't a clue what it is. This, I haven't got a clue. Just do not have the fog list. Right. Yeah, as it happens. It's the first season. 10 years old now, this first season is. 10 years old. Can you believe it? I couldn't. I couldn't online when I just couldn't believe 10 years has passed since the first season of this has aired. I'm just hoping that none of the discs are going to jump, that's all. Seems alright. The casing seems a little knackered. Doesn't seem teared or ripped though. Just seems a little knackered. Nothing a few out creases can't cure, I don't think. I'm going to tuck into that. As you can tell by these two purchases, as you can see, I have been taken a little bit back by that movie Everest, can't you? Yes. Anyway, yeah, that just needs a little bit of bending back. That's a little bit of decreasing needs to go on there with that box. I think that'll be fine. That. Pennies online, getting pennies online, all pennies online, all midnight curiosities I've clicked on here. These two have been. Welcome to the miscellaneous section at the end. I'll start by saying this Rise of the Empire 3D steelbook from Media was $5.99, not $6.99. Here's the insides of it. Got a digital code with it. There's the code there. I got a digital code with it. I never showed you the insides when I unpackaged it. Show you now. And I wasn't sure whether it was $5 or $6.99. $5.99 it was. Brand new, including delivery. There's the steely. Media. Entertainment. What is it? Entertainment. I forget. I'll leave the links below. Yeah, if I mention anybody's channels, any websites, I'll leave the links below. And I'll name the items which I got there as well. It's a 3D. You get the 3D disc with this edition, with this release. I'll open it to show you the spine, it'll be easier that way. There you go. Warner's, so it is all region. See the logo there, the base. There you go, $5.99. Entertainment store, that's it. The UK's entertainment store. I don't know entertainment store if they deliver overseas. I ordered this from the UK. $5.99 it was, and that includes its delivery as well. They're on 2 discs, split over 2 discs. You get 2D disc and you get the 3D disc. Disc of their own. There's the J card there. I like to keep my J cards if I can. If I get them with my Steelies, And with my iron packs and metal packs as well, you get J cards with them. You can get J cards with them as well. I just keep whatever I can, and I put them in the hinge there. And there's the digital code slip as well. Useless. Again, as I've said on the channel before, who actually uses them? As nice as they are, and as much as the industry uses the fact to up the prices on their releases, who actually uses them? Yeah, I'd like to know. I certainly don't. I say to myself I will one day when I get myself a nice new laptop or something, or when I can be bothered downloading them to my Blu-ray player in the living room or something like that. I do like to say to myself one day I will use them. I'll just collect all my codes up from my cases one afternoon and I'll just download them all in one go. But to be honest, yeah, I don't think I ever will. It's a lovely steelbook, isn't it? I ran out of plastic sheets to put them in. I must order some new ones. I must order some more. I like the hard plastic ones where they slide in as a sheath to leave the spine, the spine exposed. Yeah, you can put them in either way. The spine is exposed on your shelf, so you can actually pull them out and leave the sheath on your shelf. Pull the actual steelbook out, put your fingers in there within the grip on the sheath, so you can actually get your fingers in to pull the steel out, holding the top of the sheath, the steelbook sheath, while pulling the steelbook out, leaving the sheath in the shelf. Get me? So rather than if you've got them in those nasty cellophane wraps, it's all a hassle, palaver, pulling them out, taking it all out, unravelling it, a horrible crinkling noise, and then putting the wrap out somewhere, and then when you go to put them back, this way with the plastic sheets, you just simply do reverse, finger on top, where you got them from, slot it in, push back in, into your shelf. Done, dusted. You haven't got any messing around with those horrible plastic bags, those crinkly plastic bags with the auto seal lip on. Oh, I hate them, absolutely hate them. I won't tolerate them. That's the Entertainment Store's recent. eBay had these. That's I got it from eBay UK. eBay had a flurry of these, and I snatched one up just the other week. It was on the eBay UK site. $5.99 that was. I'll touch on the Magnificent Seven I bought from my local supermarket. It's the special edition of the movie condensed onto the one disc. I opened this earlier in the video, so you would have already heard my thoughts on my opinions on this release. I will say to you, it is as expected in all departments, and actually better than expected in one department, the audio department. The audio, the surround sound, therefore the remastered audio track, it's extremely effective. It comes to life when they're all having the shootout in the latter end of the movie, where they're all battling it out in the village, in the farmer's village. The surround sound just really comes into play as if they've remastered, so it's like a continual 10-12 minutes of use of the surround. And I watch my movies through a 6.1 in my bedroom, and it was just wonderful. I really did feel like I was in the middle of the movie when I was watching this. Great. I can recommend. This is just one of those nasty condensed special editions onto one discs you get in your supermarkets. 06. It's got 06 on it, MGM, and it does state region 2. I will say the audio track on this edition is wonderful. It makes excessive use of the surrounds, and it makes for wonderful watching. Comes alive toward the end in the shootout. It comes completely alive. It takes your breath away how effective it is. It's wonderful. It is. It's wonderful, the audio track on it. I will stop there in regards to my thoughts on the movie. Who am I to say anything about this movie? I am not worthy. Simply not worthy to give my thoughts on the movie. I couldn't. And I won't. But I can recommend it. I can. It is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did thoroughly enjoy it. When you watch movies through a surround sound system, it's like when you watch a movie with 3D via active 3D. Even though it's the same movie, it just brings so much more to the experience. Wonderful. I can recommend that edition, the recent 03 one disc edition, Region 2, Magnificent Seven. Can highly recommend that release. The only way I can describe this film is as a comparable to the movie Cloverfield, where our movie goodies are an alternate posse from the party seen at the beginning of the movie, and our baddie being the Cloverfield monster, where our goodies are trying to escape and flee the city, and also at the same time, if possible, trying to destroy or overcome the evil, which is the monster, which is running wild around said city. That's the only way I can describe the way this movie has been able to incorporate Gerard Butler's character and surrounding characters from the movie 300. That's the only way I can describe what this movie 300 Rise of an Empire has done with itself as being a sequel to, if one could say, in regards to its canon anyway, to the movie 300. And it does it, or should I say, did it very, very well. Very, very well, I thought. I was well taken back by it. As much as a simple money-grabbing machine as these movies tend to be, it was done very, very well, I thought. I thought the body type of the actress Ava Green was unsuitable for the female lead in this. The girls who played the female leads, the baddies in my day, like the muscular type, strong, the fierce type female actress player type, which we had in my day, the girls who played them, and you knew, and of which type of characters you knew they were going to be playing. Nowadays they all play, all the players now, they all do all types of different characters. You don't know what, in other words, you don't know what you're going to get from each player from one movie to the next. Whereas back in my day, we at least knew what we were going to get from certain players. It's all I could see when I was seeing Ava Green in this movie was the gentle female type figure from Casino Royale, the passive female, the passive feminine type character from that movie, and she was a lot more slender in that movie. You could tell she's Ava Green. You could tell she's tried to become more buxom like for this movie. You could tell she tried to. She looked great. I will say that she does look great in the movie. Don't get me wrong, she does look great in the movie, but I just don't think her face fitted for this type of character for this movie. Like I say, the type of female, the type of player from my day, which Grace Jones would play. The actress Grace Jones and the actress who played the character Red Sonja from my day, the buxom, the bold, the very masculine, the very typical dominatrix type female roles from the players from my day, what one would expect to play from my day, to fit into Ava Green's role in this movie. Not someone who one movie to the next we can see as being a passive female. No, not at all. It didn't work for me. She didn't work for me. The player, this particular player, Ava Green, in this movie, didn't work for me. She just couldn't sell the character for me. I thought toward the end, she just couldn't sell it. She just, no matter what she tried to do, she couldn't sell it. Even when they were going hell leather bent in the bedroom at it, and she was being the dominant in the boudoir scene in this movie. Even when they were throwing that over, swapping the genders, and she was trying her best, she just couldn't sell it. She could not sell it for me. Whereas if you got Bridget Bardot, Bridget Nielsen, or Grace Jones playing her character, hands down they would sell it. Sell it hands down. Thanks for watching. That just about wraps it up for now. If you're interested, my 3 double layout pages of David Bowie have been taken from Sunday, 17th of January 2016's The Observer, from the insides, the new review, an enclosed magazine within said Observer. There on the front as well, there he is there. This was the Sunday paper after the previous Saturday morning. It was announced on the Monday morning here in the UK, and the following Sunday, being Sunday the 17th of January, this is the paper of. So it's 6 days after we got it announced here. It was the first Sunday paper after the Monday morning announcement from the previous Monday morning's announcement. The 3 double page spread layouts I've had for my backdrop have been from the last 3 buys of videos. I've had them as my backdrops for my miscellaneous sections. Got the previous 3 videos, including this one. Third one, this one, but I'll show you them now while I've got a chance. This one being the 3rd one, the one you're seeing now. That spread being from the 2nd, being from the last buys of video, the miscellaneous section for the last buys of video, and that being from the first double page spread I had for the first of the 3 in the buys of video 3rd going back. This was either the first or that was either the first. Actually, I'm not quite sure now which was which. But yeah, all 3 layouts taken from The Observer's The New Review, dated Sunday 17th of Jan. You'll find this online, probably microfished online somewhere. There you go, Sunday, The New Review. That's the front of The New Review. It's the little insert paper, the insert news sheet of The Observer. The Observer, that's the main paper. It's the inside spreadsheet, The New Review. It's the inside little spread. That's what The New Review is of The Observer being the main title. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Okay? See you soon.